I don't like holding this thing. Good evening. Sorry, I was trying to look for my presentation. I don't know, we don't have copies. I made a quite a... Okay. Okay, thank you so much. It's good to be here. And thank you very much, Mr. L, for inviting GCAS to make a presentation. It could be that today is your first time to hear about GCAS. Or could be your second time to hear about GCAS. Okay, thank you so much. GCAS has been requested to come and make a presentation and also be able to share with you who we are and what we do to assist the British Union and its fields. And before I do that, I would like to share with you who GCAS is, how we started, and where we are today. One of the auditors of the General Conference many years ago, in 1914, said that there is no possession of trust within the gift of this denomination than that is more important or should be more carefully administered than that of the auditor. The constant operation of the entities must be carefully observed in order to see that no confidence has been misplaced. And that's what GCAS does. So who we are then? GCAS stands for General Conference Auditing Service. It's an independent auditing firm or company that is mandated to audit all the SDA entities all over the world. We have a shared mission as auditors. We serve God by delivering excellent audit services to the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And of course, we have our shared values as well of service, serving God, integrity. That is, we also have our behavior and our conduct. We respect each other, respect our entities that we audit, and also we audit our treasurers as well. We also have professionalism, and also we also try to do our audit in a very economical way. GCAS, actually, the first audit committee was appointed in 1863 when the GC was first organized. And then it was not until 1913 when GC appointed the first auditor. And thereafter, in 1993, GCAS was assigned the responsibility of worldwide auditing function. And from 2000, for those who know about GCAS, before 2000, GCAS was having offices in each and every division, and also the auditors were part of the division, and also employees of the division. But now from 2000, GCAS was arranged into geographical areas and administered from Silver Spring, United States of America. GCAS, we have a leadership as well, like any other organization. We have a leadership. We have the GCAS board that sits in America. We have our director, who is the chief audit executive. And then we have five associate directors in charge of every department, in charge of professional standards, development of employee, process improvements, quality control, and also technology. And on top of that, we have 5 area associate directors, because GCAS is actually organized in 5 areas all over the world, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. GCAS, currently we have got 5 areas, and the first area is North America area. We have a Trans-Africa area with head offices in Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. We have a Trans-America area. We also have a Trans-Asia Pacific, and then we have Trans-Euro-Asia area, which I am working for. And General Conference Auditing Service has got 45 regional offices in 45 countries. And we have got over 250 auditors. And out of these 250 auditors, 64% of them are qualified, either they are ACA, ACCA, or CPA. And also out of the 250 auditors, 26% are female and 74% are male. As we move on, what is the purpose of GCAS? The purpose of GCAS is to conduct independent financial audits, conduct financial examinations or reviews, and also review trust, that's normally in America, and also do what you call compliance testing. The General Conference has got working policies that auditors also are supposed to test as we conduct the audit. And this is the way we do our audits. We have what we call a GCAS audit, General Conference Auditing Service audit methodology that we use. And at the first stage of the audit, we normally agree with the entities through what we call engagement letters. After that, we are supposed to obtain information about the entity's accounting and financial reporting system. That's stage 2. And going to stage 3, we assess the risk that may possibly lead to misstatement in financial statement or fraud. And then after that, we go to stage number 4, where we design and perform audit procedures. And then number 5, we conclude the audit, coming up with an opinion and also audit findings as well, which we report to those charged with the governance. In this case, for the unions and the conferences, is the executive committee that we normally appoint after 5 years. And then number 6, we normally give our report. So you can count on us, treasurers who are here. When you talk to our church members, asking about the money, how the money is being spent, let them know that there's GCAS, which normally keep an eye. And you see auditors don't smile most of the time. I'm trying to smile today because you are here, but normally I don't smile. All right. How does GCAS assist British Union Conference and its entities? British Union Conference and its entities, that is the conference in the south, in the north, our 3 nations, the schools and colleges as well, and also publishing houses, are audited by GCAS auditors professionals who are from Trans-Eurasia area, whose head office is at the Trans-European Division in St. Albans. And we cover 5 divisions. We have Inter-European Division, which is within our area, the TED, Trans-European Division. We also have Euro-Asia Division. We have South Asia Division in India. We have Middle East and North Africa in Lebanon, and then we also cover Israel. Our director for this area is Adria Grace, who sits in St. Albans. GCAS, what does GCAS do? For those who are accountants, we know that each and every charity which has got an income of more than £25,000 is required by the Charity Commission to be either audited independently or their books to be examined. Also, the UK Pension Fund, Pension Act, I think it's 1995, requires that all pension fund accounts requires to be independently audited. GCAS in the United Kingdom assists external auditor Kingston Smith in the audit and examination of the BUC and its entities. We also test compliance with the General Conference working policies. So then what's an audit? An audit is an objective examination and evaluation of financial statements of an organization to make sure that the records are fair and accurately represent the transactions recorded in the accounting system. And this process involves obtaining audit evidence about the amounts and disclosures in the books as recorded by the accountants and also the treasurers in the financial statement. And also the auditor is supposed to select information or transactions using their judgment, assessment of the risk that has been identified, and also the level of internal controls that have been put in place by the entities management. We also test for policy conferences. In total, we test 26 core financial policies of the General Conference. So what do we do? We assist Kingston Smith in the audit of the British Union Conference, the conference in the south, in the north, and all the missions. And I can also be able to tell the treasurers here that if you are sending your report to the conference for the tithes and offerings, those reports are audited by, we audit those reports. We ensure that the entities are able to record this income in the right way. They are also able to operate within the budget. They are also having to operate within the actions that have been taken by the executive committees. So we go through all the minutes to ensure that each and every item that they are incurring, they are paying out, is authorized by the committee, and also it is in line with their budgets as well. We also need to also check to ensure that the resources are used according to the direction that is given by the General Conference of the SDA Church. So, and also as we conduct our audit, we are governed by the international accounting standards and relevant international financial reporting standards, and also the international standards on auditing. Oh, you can hear me? Oh, sorry. Okay, so at the end of the day, once we do the audit, and we have, yes, it's good always to smile. I like to smile. I cannot smile today, but just for a second. Thank you so much. We also assist Kingston Smith by performing procedures related to the audit financial statement. And also, we identify and assess the risk of material misstatement of the financial statement, and also obtain an understanding of internal controls relevant to the audit in order to design our audit procedures that are appropriate in the circumstances. And also, we also conclude on the appropriateness of the management use of the going concern basis. And then, once we do all the audit, we communicate our findings to the external auditor, Kingston Smith, who thereafter reports the findings to those charged with the governance of the executive committee. So we may look at Thomas and say, hang on, but Thomas, you're also a member of an SDA church. How do you audit the church as well? We may also look at Thomas and ask yourself. Yes, thank you, Pastor. I've seen you. Yes. You may ask yourself, now that Thomas is an auditor with the General Conference and also is a member of the local church, how does he maintain his independence? As auditors, we are not supposed to be appointed as board members or trustees or business managers for any Adventist church. The other, number two, is that starting from July 2016, auditors should not hold the office of the local treasurer except that of an assistant. That's part of quality control. And also, auditors are not supposed to receive any financial benefit from the audit client, including borrowing money. And the other one, number 5 or 4, is that auditors should not accept special gifts or preferential treatment other than that accorded to other employees of the organization. And also, we also use different team members throughout, and also we also rotate auditors after 3 years. That's how we maintain our independence. So GCA's commitment, our commitment is that we conserve church resources and providing the highest quality audits at the best economical value. That's our commitment. So we go an extra mile. Can we go an extra mile? And then we are reliable. We got necessary expertise and knowledge. And therefore, the church members should trust us. So do you have any question? I will accept 2 questions. Okay. And if you want to reach us, that's our email and also our website as well. Yes. Oh, okay. Yes.
Over 250 auditors, it seems like such a low number for the whole world. How do you cope with that? Is the other external company that helps with the auditing?
Yeah, that's a good question. In fact, 250 auditors are very few. We got some entities which are audited by external auditors, like in the Scandinavian countries. They are audited by external auditors, but we do financial audit after 3 years, but we also do policy audit every year. Yes, we have some areas whereby we have external auditors. The same thing is also in Australia. We also have external auditors doing the audit as well. Thank you.
It's my turn.
Oh, it's very fast.
How do you audit local church books?
Okay, thank you very much. Ideally, other than in the United States of America, whereby General Conference Auditing Service has started auditing local churches, so far we don't audit local churches. It is the owners of the conference or the union, and the last time I checked, I think one of the conference in the south has already appointed internal auditor who is supposed to be auditing the local churches. It is a requirement of the church manual that the local churches should always be audited every year.
They're not, though. So there's a gentleman over there. Can you see? Got an assistant. Can you see? Who's looking for the mic? Mike?
Thank you. Just a simple question. In a business world, when there is a non-compliance, which is part of the auditing procedure, do you have well, actually, I'd like to know if there is any feedback or any procedure that they will give a report according to what is being found in the church, and whether there is any remedies that the church has to be done in a timeline that is being given.
Thank you very much. That's a very good question. In fact, that is the purpose of the audit. Other than giving an audit opinion, which is just a very small sentence that your books show a true and a fair view, we also communicate to those charged with the governance. And in this case, this is the executive committee. Remember that after 5 years, every church sent a delegate to go and appoint officers and also appoint members of the executive committee. So when you do the audit, any deficiency we find in the internal controls, in the accounting system, we do report to them. And when we come again for the audit the following year, we also follow up to ensure that, and to check whether our findings and our recommendations were actually acted on.
You back? I think that's it.
I think that's you. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Let me also say this as I finish. I have also been a local church treasurer. You are doing a very demanding job. I've done it. Actually, my local church treasurer is also here with you. I've done it for many years. Before GCAS told me, no, because of internal control, quality control, don't do it again. So may God bless you in this sacred ministry. And get to know that it's only in heaven that you'll be able to see the value of God's people who we are saved through your individual ministry. And also the spouses. Thank you for supporting your spouses in this noble job. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Thomas, for your hard work and accountability to us.